Hello, Normandy leaders. I'm going to take the opportunity to communicate in a different form in this Monday memo, or to include this kind of taping and recording so that we can improve effective communication in the district. And so for subsequent Monday memos, the likelihood of having an environment where I'm speaking to you in an oral format, I think will help to improve communication from the campus support office or the curriculum and instruction office to schools. Most notably, I want to begin with our academic team meetings. We've had academic team meetings begin this semester and started at Barack Obama Elementary. We've met at Lucas Crossing Elementary, the middle school, Normandy Early Childhood Center, and PAL, the Positive Alternative Learning Center. And I want to commend the teams for their preparation, their use of data that was shared on behalf of some of the schools, the strategies that they are using that are getting them the positive results, and where there are not positive results, the action plans in place in order to reap positive results. Because when we see that when our data tells us that something isn't working, then we get in and we make a change, or we figure out why, the root cause, and then strategically put things in place to help us in the right direction. We still have the high school scheduled, as well as Washington and Jefferson, and those are scheduled and will be taking place very soon. I look forward to those. I want us to make sure that we stay on top of attendance, behavior, and student achievement, the ABCs. And so attendance, we're monitoring that. We should be on a day-to-day basis, even at the half hour or the half day mark for particularly the middle school and the high school around classes, etc. It's important that we are very precise. We see patterns in the data. We're getting some struggles, that information is shared with school counselors and parent liaisons, so that there's a team in place to really support students who may be experiencing some attendance difficulties. Around the behavior piece, character education is huge here. PBIS is huge here, whereby we have universals. We expect children to do those things that we have outlined. We've shared that with them. We communicate that to them on a regular basis. We have welcoming environments at the front door. We're greeting our kids when they enter the schools or our buildings. When at the classroom doors, we're doing that, so that that environment speaks to really welcoming our children. And student achievement, our data teams, our learning goal forms, all of that is imperative to improving student achievement. Really, it's instruction. When it comes down to improving performance, it's instruction, instruction, instruction. When we instruct better, we get better results. And so that has to be permeating throughout our schools, and we have to be relentless in that. When we walk into classrooms, we expect to see instruction. When children are being assessed or there are paper pencil tasks, we look at those paper pencil tasks to determine the rigor. Is this an open-ended question? Is this a selected response question? Is it aligned to the learning goals, to the GLEs or the CLEs? Is this in conjunction and in alignment with our pacing guide and where we need to be per our lesson? So all of those things matter. Please do not forget about questioning, and part of the instruction, it's imperative that we have questioning, high levels of questioning. So we should always hear teachers constantly probing children. How do you know that? Tell me more about that. So what I'm hearing you say is all of those prompts matter, and it really requires the students to have to talk more and have more accountable talk. And teachers really are able to check for understanding clearly, so that they know that yes, students understand this concept or students do not. Another noteworthy event, the middle school most recently had professional development offered by or through CSD with Dick Hellweg on fixed versus growth mindsets. And if you're interested in having that PD by Dick, please let me know or contact CSD, and we can ensure that that happens. Included in this Monday memo is the PowerPoint that he used, and it's a very good PowerPoint. You really can read through it very easily to see the difference between those of us that have growth mindsets versus adding value and seeing our current situation and making change in the positive direction, versus some of us that may have fixed mindsets whereby we believe that the way things are will remain the way they are, or that children come to us with innate abilities, and it's with those abilities by which they have, and we have really no control over where they go or the growth that they may have. So please take your time to go through that PowerPoint, because I think it's powerful in that if we share that with staff to help us really develop that culture around a growth mindset, because we are here to add value to children. We meet them where they are and we take them to where they need to go. So finally, I just want to share that, remember, leadership is really defined as developing other leaders. Great leaders have developed other leaders, and that's really why we're in this work. And we really are aiming to develop teacher leaders in our schools, and it's when we do that we can really consider ourselves to be successful. Our department here will not be successful if schools are not successful. And schools will not be successful if teachers are not successful, and teachers won't be successful if students aren't. So again, all of this work comes together in that ladder whereby we have the same vision, which is high achievement for all students. We will get there with our collective and compounding efforts. Thank you. Have a great work week.